Not quite published yet.
Now, I do feel like my voice still sounds funny, but yours sounds fine.
Does it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think the exact opposite.
Damn.
Who knows? Oh, well, whatever. So, all right, now we're published. And I sound like I'm in a barrel.
Why am I on the Masters of the He-Man? Clicked on He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
He-Man and the Masters. Okay, here we go.
Get over here, mouse.
All right, sorry, Alicia. I'm so sorry. I really feel bad. You just caught me in the middle of like my anxiety went from 0 to 1,000 in a heartbeat. We just had Alicia show up, and I'm sorry. I feel like a dick, but yeah, I wasn't rationalizing thoughts correctly for a minute.
It's all Patrick Hanna's fault. Are you sure you don't hear that? Yeah.
I'm not even paying attention to it anymore. I'm just sound funny. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I feel like a jackass now.
Well, this is a great beginning to the episode. I don't know. So, because everyone's an asshole in this show.
Well, I haven't even started recording audio yet.
Oh, God.
Or even got it set up.
Is this just podcast people? God, they're the worst.
This is just
I'm listening to something in the
YouTubes.
car. Oh, it's YouTube now. Okay.
Just YouTubes. But yeah, sorry. I my anxiety went from 0 to 1,000 real fast.
I'm having deja vu.
And I wasn't responding in the best way. Podcast, yes. No, 136. 136 episodes. Not Patrick.
Yeah. Pod the God Rod.
Okay.
Oh, it's not me. That's Podrick. Sir Podrick. Pod the God Rod.
That sounds right.
Which is apparently a thing for the show. I don't know how much. I can't remember how much the books talked about him being real good with the ladies, but that seemed to be like the story for the rest of the show. What?
This radio frequency is just driving me fucking crazy right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it out there, but I also was messing with the damn. Yeah.
Shorty's fucking with a decoy?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think she's doing.
I got a lot of money. I still think it's money.
Yeah, I don't know. Shit. Oh, well.
I don't know
what it is.
Can anyone? And no one's going to talk to us, but I guess no one can hear it.
Yeah, if no one can hear it, then just don't say anything.
Oh, good. They don't hear it.
Yeah, good. All right. Here we go. Now, I've got audio set. Sorry.
This has been a riveting first 3 minutes to this.
Yeah. Is that how long it's been?
The YouTube thing just says started streaming 3 minutes ago, so that's what I figured.
We came in hot with the song, man. We nailed it on the first try.
Put that song back on. Get that song back on here. Let's jam out. Let's go back into it. Time travel.
Anybody who gets to see this, you're lucky because I'm going to cut the other part of it out. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So
good.
Yeah. For those of you who got to see the beginning part, congratulations to you.
All one or two or three of you.
All one or two or three of you. But the only thing that is important that was said in that part that needs to be addressed again is, once again, Alicia, I am so sorry. I feel like a jerk now. I was just reacting in anxiety at that point, and I apologize for being a jerk.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Pod the God Rod.
But we'll redo this episode. This is obviously part one, and Seth is coming on to do one tonight. We'll reschedule it, and we'll get everybody in to do a big group together. I know Noah said he wants to be a part of it too, so we'll give that a shot.
Everybody wants to be talking about the thrones.
Yeah, and so we'll give that a shot. But just we'll schedule it and get it together. I'm sorry again.
But which one of you talked Kelsey through all the rough episodes? I don't know who did,
Which
but I
one?
was there. I don't know.
Oh,
He texted
very
me
true.
through like
Yeah,
every one of the.
That's the thing. That's why I think it's important, because you're the only, you and Joey actually.
Yeah.
And I would ask Joey to be here,
But
who
he would have
knows?
been sick if you had asked him to come. He would have come
gotten
down
sick.
with a cold.
That's so true. It's funny because it's true. All right. So anyway, audio folks are just now joining us. Thank you for clicking whatever button led you here. And please, before I go any further, please click subscribe on our YouTube page. I know I've just said that in the intro, but I want to reiterate that. We're right at 300 subscribers, trying to get to 300, so help us get there.
Do it. 8 more.
8 more, that's right. So,
Click it or ticket.
click it or ticket, baby. Click it or ticket. You don't want that ticket, you better
Don't
click
want
it.
that ticket.
And
It's
now-
expensive.
And anybody who drives a new car, if you don't want to drive with that, boom,
Yeah, what do we do?
boom, put that motherfucking seatbelt on. Save a life.
Oh no! I know some douchebag who just
Puts the other thing in it.
he tries to disable it. Yeah, somehow.
Yeah,
Hate that guy.
that guy. Damn it, Repack. Just kidding. It's not Repack. Repack's a good dude.
Could be.
Repack is actually the one who hooked me up with old Tire Town over there that got me a $37 tire to put on my car the other day.
Tire Town.
That's right. Speaking of our grand sponsors over at Screwball Whiskey, live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, it's KREWBallwhiskey.com. Screwballwhiskey.com. Screwball with a K. That's right. Look at that. Delicious peanut butter tastes.
Now, what flavor of whiskey would they have had in Westeros that would have matched this? Do they have peanuts in Westeros? Or would they have to go, you know what? What's west of Westeros, Kelsey?
That's where the map stopped.
That's where your fucking spinoff is. I don't know. Probably your fucking spinoff. Okay, here's it. I tried to post about like 10 of my favorite memes on my Instagram, and I just could not get them all formatted properly. And so I didn't. So there's that. So don't follow me at Tricky on Instagram.
Wait a minute. So you tried to log in Instagram and could not post or anything?
No, the formatting on my pictures was all weird. You know what? I'll send you my favorites, so maybe you can post them.
Okay. What do you mean the format is wrong though? Like it's foggy? Because sometimes it takes them a second to load. Like if you have like a
So it was that like some of them were too fat, and when I tried to like thin them up,
it would make them
like,
look all wonky.
and like one because I didn't want to post.
Yeah, because you have to
10
square
times.
them basically in Instagram. But
Yep.
if you like pinch them out, usually
Yep. So it was just being weird because I wanted to post like 8 to 10 at
Yeah.
one time, and they didn't all want to pinch the right way.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So that's one thing that whichever you have to pick one.
Yep. And then it had to go like that. So
Yeah.
it wasn't ideal, but I also didn't want to make like 10 Instagram posts because that's
Did
not
you make
me.
those memes?
No, I did not make them.
Did you find them on?
I found them all over the place.
Because I found this really cool Regrammar app called Repost. Not a sponsor, by the way.
Not yet.
Yeah, that will allow you to share Instagram posts.
Yeah, but anyway.
So anyway, yeah, sorry.
It's because, you know what? Funny pictures are fucking entertaining. More entertaining
they
than
are.
us, probably. Get more
And-
use out of it, too.
and
You probably
also-
share them more.
Yeah, and also before we go further into this, Game of
Spoilers.
Thrones No spoilers, but kind of a spoiler. R.I.P. Grumpy Cat,
Oh yeah.
the internet's first pet, right? Wouldn't that probably be like the first meme, like house? Like, I don't know, like definitely a trailblazer in the meme lands, for sure.
What's the first meme you remember?
The first meme I remember was Grumpy Cat diabetes.
And now, okay, so this is the lawyer in me
Face.
coming out. Hashtag. Just kidding. Hashtag. How do you define a meme? Like, what is a meme to you?
Oh, okay. Well,
Because that's what I'm asking. Because I think memes have been around a lot longer than that.
Than you
Sorry to
think.
bore you on this. You guys thought you were going to Game of Thrones, and we're going right into memes. But
we'll get the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Don't you worry,
don't
you pretty
worry.
little head.
yeah, because
Huh.
like Grumpy Cat, I remember Keyboard Cat before Grumpy Cat.
Yeah, but Keyboard Cat was a Vine. That's not a meme, really.
Well,
That's
that
like,
was before Vines, man. Vines.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, I mean, like, Keyboard Cat was like an early YouTube video. Like, Charlie, you bit my finger. Dun, 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 dun. You know why I know that is because Grumpy Cat was a rescue cat, and
okay.
there's a commercial that airs on Sports Talk all the time on sports radio that features Keyboard Cat as a rescue cat. And I know. Well, I know that obviously,
Yeah.
but I remember Keyboard Cat, and like Charlie Bit My Finger was like the first video to hit like 1 million views or something like that.
Yo, dog, I heard you liked blank, so I put blank in your blank so you could blank. That was a big meme back in the early internets.
Yeah. Oh, like just like okay. My definition of meme is a picture
Yep.
with bold white print across it. That to me is a meme.
Okay. And that's what I'm asking.
That's what I define a meme as. But I remember like also the psycho girlfriend memes were some of
Yeah.
the early ones that I remember. Bad Luck Brian.
Troll face.
Yeah, Troll Face, of course.
I hate it so much. Oh, wait. I'm pulling up the 6 oldest memes on the internet. The Rafflecopter. It's a trap.
Oh,
Hamster-
yeah, don't grow up. It's a trap.
Hamster dance.
Oh, yeah.
All your
And you
bases
know what else I
belong to
remember?
us.
Those fucking rats that Quiznos picked up to do the video. Quiznos subs. Quiznos subs. You remember the rats? Like, they were like animated rats. They weren't animated, but they looked real.
Do you know about Godwin's Law?
No.
Godwin's Law is one of the oldest and well-known internet memes that is still relevant today. It is an internet adage coined by Mike Godwin in 1990 on the Usenet News group that says, as an online discussion grows longer, the probability of
Hitler
a comparison to
yes.
Hitler
Okay, yeah, he was
approaches 1.
he was a Harvard professor.
Yeah.
I just didn't know his name. Yes.
Probability of references to Nazis goes up,
Yeah.
approaches 1 at a limit. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's the oldest meme on the internet, apparently.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
I guess they define meme differently than I do,
yeah,
which is fine.
You know, a meme is just like something you spread around.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine.
All right. Sorry to have spent at least 8 minutes talking about
Yes.
memes and
So
such.
who
But
else thought
R.I.P.
that-
Grumpy Cat.
Oh,
R.I.P.
yeah.
Grumpy Cat.
Yeah. Oh, you started talking about Grumpy Cat. I couldn't help think
Yeah,
about
no
Keyboard
one-
Cat, who's
yeah.
also dead. No one. I think Keyboard Cat was dead before it became a meme, though.
Probably. It was like he didn't even realize how famous it was.
No.
But I will say that picture. I'll say this before I move along. That picture of Stan Lee holding Grumpy Cat is one of the
Yeah,
most
that's a good one.
prized photographs on the internet right now.
And Tyler Israel's in Avengers Endgame right now.
Really?
He's in it. He's
Good.
watching it. First 20 minutes are going on. Some stuff's going
man,
on.
he's already had his mind blown,
Yep.
dude.
We can't talk about those spoilers.
Yeah,
Those are-
not those spoilers.
That's cross spoilers.
Yes.
We can't bring you in on Game of Thrones spoilers and give you Avengers Endgame spoilers, even
Right.
though it's been
We've
out
already
3
done
weeks.
that.
Yeah.
We've already done that talk. So,
Yep.
anywho, before we go further,
I do like that Alicia took that whole rosé away from me. That was good.
oh yeah.
It's gone, right?
By the way, once again, sorry, Alicia. If you're watching, I'm very sorry. I really do feel like a jerk for how
Bye,
that
Felicia.
went down. I was just a little anxiety got a hold of me, and I didn't really know how to react. I
Yeah.
kind of sat like I wasn't able to like.
As soon as you left, Kelsey said, "Bye, Felicia." He really didn't do that, but I thought it would be funny to say that. So, Game of Thrones
Spoilers.
series finale. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Have you watched Gay of Thrones?
No.
It's pretty funny. It's one of the guys from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Yes, I think
I might have sent you an early link to one of them.
maybe.
It gets funnier and funnier, but he just has really great nicknames for everyone.
That's the thing you were telling me about, were the nicknames. I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, he calls Daenerys Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He calls Cersei Lannister No Volume Carol Brady.
Even after the haircut, for sure.
Grey Worm is Baby Barack Obama.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Arya is Baby Kill Bill.
Baracco, baby Kill Bill. Yeah, she's the baddest bitch in the world with a needle.
Sansa is Sansa Fierce.
Dude. I'll let you finish before I say this one.
Trying to think. I don't know what-
Tyrion.
Tyrion's Mayor Pete.
Mayor Pete, because of Pete Buttigieg?
Well, I think he started doing that more recently. He's had a whole bunch of nicknames, but because he's Peter Dinklage is the actor's name.
Yeah, okay.
And he's always
okay.
he's always the mayor.
Yeah,
Like,
he kind of is, yeah.
yeah. Everyone's got such a fucking funny name on the. But anyway,
Somebody posted this picture that said that Sansa Stark looks just like Boy George, and now you can't unsee it.
that's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. But anyway, I would recommend anyone's Funny or Die, Gay of Thrones. It's the hairdresser, one of the hairdressers from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And he has a different guest on every week. And they just talk about, oh my God, did you see the latest episode of Game of Thrones? And then they just start. And it's what he sounds like. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I
Sorry, if you're
sorry, I
offended.
gay faced there.
You get in, well, yeah, I guess you can get into as much trouble for doing that as you can anything else these
Whatever,
days.
I'm in trouble. No one
Yeah.
likes me. Everyone
Oh,
hates
well.
me. I'm in South Carolina. It's a real strong community here. What's this?
It's not mouthwash.
It's hand sanitizer.
Not quite. It's screen cleaner.
Screen cleaner.
Anyway, so I watched famously, I have described this. Famously, I've talked about this. I watched the entire series in 1 week. And not only did I watch the entire series in 1 week, but at whatever time I was watching it, I would text him random shit like, holy fuck, this blah, 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 whatever happened. And then I would, and you've probably got text documentation of just about how I felt about most of those things. My sister as well. I text Sarah a lot during watching it because I don't know. Like I heard, like I know she watches them quick, and they watched the whole thing in like a month. So I was like, okay, so it'll probably take me that long. But then I started watching it and was like, nope, I sure didn't.
I forgot about that picture of Ghost shooting right
Oh,
down. You bitch. I was just going back to our text here.
Yeah, nah, fucking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I texted you as soon as I started watching it.
Oh yeah, because I think you decided I was with you kind of the night you were like I'm gonna start watching it, and I was like you should. It's a good idea. I think
it was that Thursday night at trivia.
Yeah.
The last time I went to trivia.
Yep.
Also, by the way, if anybody watches this that was at the trivia thing that night, I'm sorry that I act weird when more people show up to trivia than I expect is going to be there. I feel like that's something that needs to be addressed. I apologize for being that jerk. I can't help it. I'm a weirdo when things don't go the way that I thought they were going to go. And forgive me for that.
Yeah. So Kelsey started watching it around April 29th or so. Yep.
That sounds about right.
And then you came out to Tito's because Brian was there. And strangely enough, there was like 8 women and just me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good night.
Yep. So that was like, I think the night after you started watching it. And you're like, I'm going to go back and watch another
season.
Yeah, another season. Yep. And
that's how I would make it. I would watch a season at a time. Like one night I stayed up till like 9 a.m. watching Game of Thrones.
Because
I think season 4 got me like that because, dude, that was a fucking great one.
Yeah. Sunday, April 28th, you're like, I'm 2 episodes in now. So April 28th to right now. So that's 3 weeks. Kelsey got the entire show into his blood system.
3 weeks.
I didn't read every book and then start watching the show. I knew the show was out. I read all the books and then I started watching it because I didn't want to. I knew there were some spoilers
in the books.
And I wanted to get all the spoilers out of the way.
Yeah.
And then start watching the show because there were a lot of shitheads on the internet at that time who were just spoiling everything.
Yeah, which there still are.
There still are, and we've had a whole discussion about spoiler people. But so, and I heard that spoiler alert, if you're watching this, fucking it's done. Whatever.
Yeah, we've already said spoilers.
Ned Stark dies. That's like the big like holy shit thing from the first season. The Ned Stark dies. And so I knew that happened. But then I knew there was this thing called the Red Wedding. And I'm like, I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm going to go ahead and read ahead. And I did, and it was great. But I wasn't sure which thing the Red Wedding was, because these both happened real quick. Because you got Joffrey choking on his own vomit, and then you got freaking Robb Stark getting neck cut and his wife with a pregnant baby.
Oh, God, that was awful.
It was a horrible scene. So this show is so brutal. It's great. It's brutal. It's crazy. It keeps you hooked because you're like, who's going next or whatever else. Anyway, Kelsey, you went through that in fucking 3 weeks, basically.
Yeah, so it's all pretty fresh. What is so great is everybody. By the way, I kind of want to address this as well. There are so many people who are disappointed with this on Facebook. And giant spoiler, it all started with Bran. It all started with him.
Well, Kelsey, though, it's called A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What the fuck does he have to do with ice and fire?
From my viewpoint, you got to understand, I watched this whole thing in three weeks. 3 weeks ago, he was kicked out of a window for witnessing something he shouldn't have witnessed. Mm-hmm. It all started with him.
You went through these episodes real fast.
Yes.
Okay. What did he do in the last 12 episodes?
Oh, yeah, in the last 12 episodes.
After Hodor, after that shit.
Yeah. Dude, by the way.
Yeah. One of the best things.
Dude, that whole scene,
what a
becoming
twist.
what it was.
Yeah. Super good. Super good. But, like, what happens after Hodor with Bran, other than him finally getting to Winterfell, sitting in a forest? And this is, like, so many
but
episodes.
he can't do anything. He can't do anything.
Apparently, though, he can, like, go into the past
Yeah.
and warg into a person and change their whole life.
Yeah.
So he can do some stuff.
Well, who's to say that he hasn't done that already and we just haven't been told that yet?
Like, the show's over, Kelsey. So,
But is it?
yes. If it's a spinoff, I don't fucking care. Okay?
But that's what it's going to be. That's
Yeah.
what it's all going to be.
Well, that's fucking horrible, and I hate it. Because that's like the epitome of just like, let's string it out and make some more fucking money. It's like, fuck you. They offered you
Yeah.
like so many seasons to do it, and these guys are like, no, we can do it in this amount of time, and Star Wars wants us to write the new trilogy. Let's fuck out of here in 2 more half seasons. It's like, no, there's so many things to tie up. What's Dario doing? He's back taking care of this fucking city, and Daenerys is dead now. Is he not going to come across the sea with a bunch of people to? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much fucking. There's so many strings that just. I felt like they snapped instead of like got unraveled.
Now, do you feel that way because of the books mostly? Or do you feel that because I understand the only qualm that I really had, but all of mine are series related. I haven't read the books. I don't know the books. I don't know what they say, but all of my qualms are like with.
I've got a bunch of them.
Where did the Night King come from? Where did that fucking happen? How did we spend an entire like couple seasons trying to figure out this guy's deal, and then like granted his death, top 3 scenes
That was pretty good.
My opinion.
So, but someone else said, okay, this is like if spoilers for those of you who haven't watched fucking Harry Potter, but whatever. This is like if Hermione killed Voldemort in book 6, and then book 7 was about like winning the House Cup against Slytherin.
I could sort of see that.
And that was before the finale had aired, you know?
Yeah.
But still, it's like, okay, so the main character of the series doesn't kill or really do anything. What's his point of being up there even?
Yeah.
He wrote it.
Right.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Why does it matter?
Good thing it was close up on me when that was going on.
That's good. So I don't know. I've got a lot of problems.
Well, where is your first problem, and where do they start? Do you now? Everybody says that the first 4 seasons were the best, just because that's where they ran out of the books. Now, do you have any qualms with those seasons?
I don't agree that it's just because it's what they ran out of from the books. Okay, from what I understand, Martin gave him the ending.
Yeah.
And then they kind of worked backwards. But I felt like toward the end, they decided to really speed up things. You really noticed that in the last season, where like all of a sudden armies were just like right next to each other, where it would take like 2 episodes for the armies to mobilize and all of the little strings that everyone's pulling in these Game of Thrones. It's like it didn't turn into a Game of Thrones anymore. It was like a fucking
race.
Okay, it turned in from like a chess game and did like fucking Hungry Hippos by the end of it.
I could see that. That's sort of like the picture of the horse.
Yeah, it's like the picture of the horse. It's really detailed on the front end, or on the back end rather. And then once it gets to the front, it was just hurried. And honestly, I don't have a problem with the ending. I'm fine with how it ended. I just felt like so many episodes ago, you had Daenerys be really overly crazy that her dragon killed a little kid.
Yeah.
and then she's
literally doing
directing
that.
the dragon to kill a bunch of little kids.
Yeah.
But what changed between those two things? I don't know that they did a good enough job of really, like, maybe, I mean, a lot of stuff got fucked up, and I know that, like, her best friend gets killed, and Jon Snow won't plow her right before the battle.
Well, with good reason, maybe.
Because it's his aunt.
It's his aunt.
Yeah, but, I mean, I guess he never fucked her after he found out it was his aunt.
He didn't.
He
And
made
that's
out.
what it was.
He kissed her pretty hard, though.
Yeah, only once, though.
Well, and he penetrated her.
Yeah, but did he? Did he, though?
He penetrated her. Maybe it was the Iron Throne doing it, though. I don't know. Yeah.
That was funny, though. The whole thing as to whether Drogon is a genius or a dummy. Because he sees the throne with all the swords. And he's like, you did this.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then someone sent me this pretty funny thing about Drogon actually being Smaug and having seen all the horrors of what. I'll find it in a little bit. It's pretty.
He decides
good,
to just hide out in a mountain.
Yeah. Devastated by the death of his mother after her tragic quest for power, Drogon will fly off to another realm, determined to help humans abstain from their worst impulses. Realizing that money is the manifestation of avarice that corrupts most souls, he will launch a noble quest to gather all the gold in his new lands so that humans might be compelled to organize a communist agrarian society in which resources are all shared equally. Unfortunately, a hobbit and a phalanx of dwarves, much more battle-ready than Tyrion, will undermine his plan, killing him in his dreams of a world where people don't obsess over iron thrones and golden rings.
Shit. The internet is so good.
Yeah, people are so fucking clever. Way more clever than us. Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed more clever than us. But yes, so in the first four, like I said, in the first few seasons, which for me went pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, did you have any major qualms with differences between the book and the series early on in the episodes?
I got one major qualm, and I think it was more toward maybe the end of season 5. Okay. My qualm is it might have been 4. And you have to apologize. I rewatched season 1 recently.
Yeah.
So I remember those episodes pretty well, but 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think 2, 3, 4, 5.
The whole thing kind of runs together for me anyway.
Those kind of run together for me. But I do remember being very disappointed that they left out Lady Stoneheart. For those of you who have read any of the books, those of you who haven't, this is a direction the show chose to turn, and I thought it would have been a pretty fucking big, almost Red Wedding-ish type twist, because it was, when I was reading the books, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But I think Brienne and Jaime both get captured by all the Lord of Ruler people, the band of whatever. But their leader is Lady Stoneheart, and that is Catelyn Stark. And she has been brought back to life with her throat cut almost completely. So she got her throat cut. She's left for dead.
Holy shit.
And they bring her back to life, and she is just this vicious, horrible, like, you killed my son, and I'm going after fucking everyone.
Everybody.
Right? Yep. And so she's like this rogue element in the middle of
So they did
all
the
this.
same thing with Mountain.
Yeah.
They brought him back, and they did the same thing with Jon, which
And so at the very end of the last thing in the books, I believe, is John dying. And you haven't read the books, but the books are all done from point of view chapters.
Yes.
So like Arya gets her own chapters, Tyrion gets his own chapters, Cersei and Jaime both have their own chapters. What I noticed in the books is that a lot of times someone who's doing their own chapter will get knocked out, and you're like, oh, fuck, they died. Because people are dying pretty quick. But only one character during the whole book series ever got killed. And someone feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Only one character ever got killed in their own point of view chapter because they went up to try to feed the dragon. They thought they were a Targaryen, and they got killed. Dragon's like, no, you're dead. So, like, Tyrion's, like, drowned in the water before, and it was just like that early thing where he's like, oh, shit, is he dead? Out. He pulled him out. Ned Stark gets, like, knocked the fuck out, and you're like, oh, shit, they killed him? No. You see him die in someone else's chapter. So, the end of the series is Jon Snow's chapter, and they start stabbing him, and I'm like, nah, he's not dead. He's not dead.
So... And I was going to ask you this earlier when we were already talking about it, but how in-depth do you think George Martin gave them a description for the ending? How in-depth do you think he got?
God, I think he gave him a fairly good representation of what would happen.
Yeah.
I think he probably said, Jon kills Daenerys.
Yeah.
He won't take the throne, and Bran becomes the king. I think that's what he said. And I think he let them get there how they would from the books and a couple other little notes.
Yeah.
I think that because just another thing that popped into my head. Euron, which is the most annoying fucking character.
Him.
He's just like...
we all know a Euron, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, but he was like a useless, like, in the books, he's three characters put together, but he's like all the worst parts of them.
Yeah.
Like they make him so uninteresting to me and boring, because he's just like, I'm Euron, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden shoots a fucking dragon out of the sky. Fuck that. So, Euron...
that was not a just death for that dragon.
They should have just let that dragon die in the north. Because what purpose did it serve having Euron kill it? We already knew the scorpions existed.
Yeah.
Why does Euron get another kill under his belt? So shitty. Because, here's why.
Okay.
In the books, Euron comes back, and he's got this thing called a dragon horn. It's either Euron Victarion or one of the other Greyjoys. He's got a dragon horn. And if someone blows on it, it'll like burn their lungs out. But apparently, it'll let you control a dragon. And
okay.
And
well, that's an interesting twist.
And they just never brought that up in the show for some reason, even though that's a really cool plot line. To be able to have a horn that controls a dragon, I think that's what the scorpions were in this series. So,
how long are these books?
Pretty long. It's like reading Lord of the Rings. Like each one of the books is about one of the Lord of the Rings books, but they're a little more interesting.
Not as wordy.
The words are more relatable because it's not in 70 years ago language.
Yeah.
80 years ago language. Damn. Yeah, 70, 80 years ago. But it's definitely more interesting.
Yeah, I was just curious too to see if at any would George Martin have anything to do with the reboot or not reboot, but any spin-off show, because there's got to be 3. I think, at least.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So
okay.
Arya at the end of the series, she's going west of Westeros.
Yeah.
Jon and Tormund are up in the north.
Jon's and
it's a little open-ended as to whether he's going to be the Lord Commander.
He's a wildling now.
Or is he going to go be a wildling?
I think that's what it was him going into the woods to be a wildling now.
If only the writing had been better and told you. But now
well, I think that I like the fact that they leave it up to your like just
true.
so you don't know for sure.
That's fine. Sansa, whatever. I don't care about Sansa.
Yeah, the other show will be Tyrion. He has something about Tyrion just being the hand of the king because I can see that being like a comedy almost because that last part was kind of funny.
It was funny, but is that really in the tone of the show,
I
Kelsey?
thought it was great. I thought it was good to see them at the end of all of this shit to laugh it off a little bit, to have like
millions of people just, that would be like
millions of people just died. I know, and it's just, but it was nice for me as a watcher to get that, to say, okay, so there is a chance that things will be normal again.
Dude, that's
because
like,
it's back to reality now. It's just back to normal.
That's like if 9/11 resulted in Al Qaeda taking over New York, and then they just sitting around deciding like, okay, which one of these shawarma places are we going to open up first?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was necessary. For me, I enjoyed seeing them make it funny there because I laughed.
Now, but like, why is Sam the maester of the King's Landing? Because Bran has no say over that. It's the maesters who say who gets to be the fucking maester that's in the Citadel. Okay, so I don't know why he's there. Why they make Braun the fucking master of coin? He's not good at math and shit. Okay, then there's got to be someone else who's like. They don't talk about a lot of the other freaking Kingsguard people, but so Brienne was supposed to protect Sansa for the rest of her fucking life,
and now she is.
She's just the like right-hand military person for the king in King's Landing.
The one I said is when she's writing Jamie's thing, and she's like, and he said Brienne had to bomb his pussy. Forgive my language.
I liked the one that was Jamie Lannister is the nastiest skank bitch I ever met. Do not trust him. He is a fugly slut.
But the thing, okay, one thing that I did have a qualm with that scene is that she gets done writing, puts pen down, and shuts the book. Have you never written with ink before?
That is just what you just described is a amazing analogy for the last 2 seasons.
See, everybody says that. But I think you guys have a different outlook because
they wrote it real quick and then fucking closed it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can see that.
That's all I'm saying.
From now, just from having all the time between each week to talk it over, like we did for Lost. Like I did for Lost. Like I had all the time in the world to sit every week and analyze every little bit of the episode instead of actually seeing what happens next.
Yep. The difference is... maybe this isn't the difference. I don't know because I was not on the Lost bandwagon.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people when Lost started, they were like, they don't know where they're going. Like I think some people thought that.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really know what's going on. This one, a guy's got so many books written.
Yeah.
So they absolutely know where they're going. And then he tells them how it's going to end. So they definitely know how that's going to go. And then
they get to do whatever with everything else.
Yeah, in that juncture. But there's a really good article in Scientific American just about how TV writers in general, except for the writers of The Wire, don't know how to write. This is more of a show about society than it is about certain characters doing things. Yeah. And it's people don't know how to write that too well. That's all. It's an interesting read. The Wire is super good. Barry's super good.
Yeah, everybody says that as far as top shows go, it's like The Wire and Sopranos and like
Wire's up there.
Then like 100 Feet of Nothing before you get to Breaking Bad.
But then Deadwood movie.
Whoa. Dude, Deadwood, I thought was great. I
Yeah.
thought Deadwood was complete. I thought that there was nothing.
Oh, really?
Well, no. I thought that in its entirety, I thought Deadwood was good. I didn't think that there was any like.
You didn't think they needed to do another season?
No,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
I would love that. I'm just saying it was great.
And that's all I was asking.
Deadwood was great. I think that Deadwood was, and when I say complete, I mean that it was
Talk
just.
about Deadwood and Al Swearingen and that guy who helped the Hound build a chapel. And I'll pee real quick.
Well, you drunk a half a gallon of water.
I really.
Refill it by all means. Refill it like a fillet. That's how British people say it.
Fill it.
Refill it.
Fill it.
Yeah. There's that. But anyway, yeah. So Deadwood was, and I didn't even realize that was the same guy. The Hound. He is in Deadwood. He does help the guy. He is the preacher.
No. Oh, yeah. Al Swearingen's the preacher that helps him. Yeah.
Well, no, Al Swearingen isn't the preacher. The Hound was the preacher, right? Wasn't the Hound the preacher?
Oh.
In Deadwood?
I meant that the main character is the guy who helps the Hound.
Oh, Ian McShane.
Yes.
Yes. That's right. Holy shit. I totally forgot about that. Yes. Al Swearingen, the guy who plays Al Swearingen, Ian McShane from Deadwood, ends up helping the Hound, like, be nicer in a way. And it's kind of weird how that worked out. Like, it wasn't like, for the spoiler alert, if you guys aren't listening at this point, or are listening at this point, you've probably already gotten the gist of the show. But anyway, the Hound just loves to fucking kill people. That's his thing. Matter of fact, one of my favorite scenes of the show is him and Arya in this little pub or whatever you want to call it. This little like speakeasy or whatever the fuck they're called. And he's got this line about chickens where he's like, well, I just think I might have to eat every fucking chicken in here. And this dude knows exactly what he's talking about. He's like, you're all going to die. Like, I swear to God, if you don't stop fucking around, you're all going to die. Which I think his character swing, and I think that he might have had one of the best character swings of the entire series. And just him having the best character swing of the entire time. Just thinking back to the very first scene with him, like pulling those shitheads off of Sansa, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, real
pulling them off of Sansa whenever she was with Joffrey the first time because he was Joffrey's hand, right?
One of the first things I remember with him is that. You know what? He did a bunch of stuff. One of my most memorable things, though, is like Sansa looks like she's about to push Joffrey off a bridge.
Yeah.
And he takes her aside real quick. I think he totally knows she's about to do that.
Yeah.
He could just kill her right then, and he feels something for these Stark girls for some reason. And he's like, here, your lip's bleeding. Like, girl, your lip's bleeding.
Yeah.
Instead of, girl, you're trying to kill the person I'm sworn to protect.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, I see now that he's a fucking shithead.
Yes. And he deserved everything that he got. Yes. By the way, I Googled how he died 2 minutes before it happened on screen just because I was so sick of him. I had to know.
It's funny
it got to that point. I don't know, but I kind of fucked up because I found out who did it.
Oh yeah,
and I wouldn't have found out until I would have 100% thought that it was
Littlefinger.
No,
who?
Sansa.
Sansa.
I would have thought it was her because she gave the cup.
At that point, she's too stupid.
Yeah, but she gave the cup to Tyrion, and like after it was under the table or whatever, and I just assumed that it was her, or would have assumed that it was her had I not had I not known.
Well, then it's Lady Olenna.
Yeah, which, dude. By the way,
tell Cersei it was me.
Granddaughter was
Dude. You know what she reminds me of, though?
Pretty good looking.
Like, not even a doubt in my mind. Just reminds me of Bugs Bunny's girlfriend from Space Jam.
Ooh, Babs.
Is it Babs? It's not Babs. Babs is
Buster Bunny's
Tiny
girlfriend.
Toons.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't remember, but
What was her name?
comment below.
Yeah,
The name of Bugs Bunny's girlfriend.
We hadn't had a single
from
chime in on
Space Jam.
the chat yet, so
That's all right.
I will remember this before the end of the episode.
It's Luna? Lola Bunny. Yeah. Something about their faces. It's very fairy-like or something. I don't know. Very beautiful girl.
She does look like she's part, what are they?
Fairies?
No.
Bunny?
No. Fleur Delacour.
Oh, Pixie?
Is it Pixie?
Oh, I see what you're saying. The
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, I can't remember.
You know what I mean, though. Yeah, but she's part that. She does look part that.
Yeah.
But she just seemed brutal AF.
Yeah.
She seemed like she would be harsh as shit. Like, if she didn't go down, there'd have been no... yeah, there you go, Vila.
Not Vespa.
Yeah, those are mopeds. If she did look like she'd be a character that would be that would need to be reined in if she got the power that she was going for, because she seemed like she could have been another Cersei.
Except she seemed way nicer in every way.
For sure, like in every way. But she just seemed like, or I guess she would have been more like Dany than Cersei.
Yeah,
she would have been.
Could have been for the ultimate good type thing. What I'm doing is good. Whoever's against me is evil.
Yeah, that's right.
And so in that way, I don't mind the Daenerys going crazy type thing. But I just felt like it needed some more fleshing
She did exactly what she said she was going to do.
Burn them all.
She did exactly what she said she was going to do. She said, she said, if any of you guys want to take down King's Landing, join my army because we're going to fuck them up. Mm-hmm. And she said that very early on in the series. And she said exactly what, you know who she is? I'm not going to say his name.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say his name.
Voldemort?
No, just so I don't have to tag in the thing that I've spoke of him. But there's somebody else who said, I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to do this thing, and everybody's like, they're really not going to do that thing. But then they get to that point of power, and they do that thing, that exact thing that they said they were going to do.
Got it.
Who does that remind you of?
A little bit.
But here's the thing.
And you don't see it. And I think that was a little bit of a message.
Yes.
And I don't know that was an original George R.R. Martin message. It's more of a
writer Hollywood message?
Maybe.
Yes, I could 100% see that. I have a feeling that...
We're talking about Barack Obama.
Yeah. I tell you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, going to reform, going to sign some bills. Sorry, Bill.
You do such a good one.
Sorry, Bill.
Sorry.
It's my office now. Bill, I'm the captain now.
So,
but anyway, yeah.
Yeah. She comes in and just like little bit by little bit, the people around her don't realize that it's getting worse. And they really laid that out pretty flatly in the last episode. Like, it was almost that line from... I think that came out after World War II, where it's like they came for the blank, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't blank, and then they came for the blank, and I didn't speak up because they were blank, and
what now?
I'm
like, what are we talking about? I came for the blank, and we weren't there for the blank.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, it's a poetic prose. First They Came is the poetic form of a prose post-war confession first made in German in 1946. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then
Okay.
they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak up because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me.
Oh, shit.
And that's what Daenerys was slowly doing. That's what they were. That's what they were hitting on. There.
She wants to create a better world because she knows what's right, and only her.
And only she knows what's right. Yeah.
She truly went mad, and dude. Just saying that she was the daughter of the Mad King. Mm-hmm. They set that whole thing up from the beginning.
But like Varys is so smart, right?
Yes, yeah, he was.
And then they just like. He's in his room. He's undermined so many kings before.
Yeah, and he tried to poison her.
Yes, in the first season.
No,
When?
in the last season,
He tried to poison her? When?
right before he got killed, and nobody picked up on it.
Where was that?
Because remember, he had told this little girl that had come to him at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Where he said, or she told him she's not eating. And he said, however he responded or whatever. And he said, they're looking at me, the soldiers. He says, I know they are. They will be. Like, of course they are. They will be watching. They'll continue to watch. In the very beginning, I think Ned Stark says that poison is the tool of
it's just
women, eunuchs, and...
Yeah, that's a very common
Yes, and obviously
saying. Yeah.
Varys was a eunuch. Mm-hmm. And the fact that she wasn't eating anything was that he had tried to poison her with the food that this little girl was carrying to her, and she's not eating anything.
Well, why would they let that little girl... Just to throw a few holes in this, why would they let this little girl bring her or get anywhere
Why
near
would they
her
do
food?
anything else too, though?
I don't know. All I'm saying is I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but would have been a very cool thing if it had been done better. Have a whole episode where he's doing that. He's like the master of whispers.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think that's what he was writing on that thing before.
Oh, he was writing. He was writing. Daenerys is a skank bitch. Don't trust her.
Yeah.
John.
She a hoe.
She a hoe. ... She is fugly.
She fugly.
She's a fugly bitch. Don't trust her. So, yeah. Gosh. All right. I don't know, man. Let's talk about Bran the Broken.
Bran the Broken. I don't mind Bran the Broken.
Why does Tyrion get to come up with this fucking nickname for Bran? He's Bran the Broken now?
Sure.
Bran the Limp Dick?
In the imp hand.
I just don't get... Well, I mean, I get it. Kinda. They could have called him Bran the Builder again. Because, like, he's building this fucking...
Yeah.
And that's his namesake and the guy who started the whole fucking House of Stark. So if he's about to build the city from the gravel up, why not call him Bran the fucking Builder?
Yeah. I mean, I could see how that would be a little bit more pleasing.
Call him after Bran the Wheelie Legs No Feely.
Yeah. Bran the not so good at soccer.
Yeah. All right, sorry, that was one little thing. Okay, I like Bran.
Yes. I didn't mind that. One, just because he can see everything.
Yeah.
He can see everything. He can see the past, the future. He can see it all. He is exactly where he needed to be, and he was exactly where he needed to be for every situation. And it was like that scene that he just possessed them all to vote for him.
I vote for Bran. I vote for Bran.
See if Apple knows what's good for them, they'll release that that episode. iPhone,
And
iMac, iBook, iPad.
I like this one too, and
iPod.
and that's probably the one I just sent you is my favorite. It's basically, they have this. Cersei gets a prophecy told to her early on. I think it's in the season 4 or 5 premiere. Remember that?
That's you will never be
It says you will be queen for a time,
yeah. That's it.
and then comes another, younger, more beautiful. It's Bran? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess shit.
Or is it
I guess they totally forgot about that.
Maybe it's Marjorie. And that was another meme that I've been loving. I guess they kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like
they forgot about that water bottle that Samuel Tarly was drinking.
Okay.
You got to do better, right?
Come on. It's
You gotta
your
do
last
better.
season. It's
Do you think the actors are trying at this point?
It's like fewer episodes
fuck with people?
than there ever been in a series. Like
Yeah.
in this series.
Yeah, 6 is short, man.
And it's the most important in everything. And there's like 2 clear bad edits that they don't get.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much money did you like? I know, like, one of your things and this is why it gets me a little angry, I guess, because they talk about like the budget constraints and this, that, and the other. It was more expensive to fucking do an episode of Friends at this point than it is to do this show.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
And this show's fucking crazy good.
That's what they were saying, that these guys were getting like $1 million an episode. And I was like, dude, they were getting that for Friends like in the 90s.
Over $1 million, I think, for those dudes.
And I think that these actors only got like $1 million an episode or something like that, or maybe not much more than that. I think Friends actors got paid more.
And you don't think people are going to... Honestly,
Yeah.
if this season had been 10 episodes and there was another 10-episode season next season, you're not going to tell me that everyone's going to fucking watch that too?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna
we wouldn't be
fucking watch
having this conversation if that were the case.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Because I would not have started it yet.
That's probably true.
I only started it because it was I waited 8 years for this.
And that was a
said that a
good
lot.
move. And I basically did the same thing, but with the spoilers. Because I saw people are starting to talk about book spoilers on the internet, and I was like, let me just get ahead of it. People told me this is good. Let me read it real quick, and then it was done. Then I knew the shit that was coming.
There are certain things that I realize I'll be very upset about if I don't find out for myself. Like, if I don't watch at least the last episode, because I know I have the internet. I mean, there's no way to not get spoilers. And companies or like websites need to fucking do better on just their headlines, because there's so many spoilers just in headlines. Like
In the pictures they decided to put for
just
stuff.
the pictures you want to put up and the headline, like just put a generic picture and like spoilers, and it don't give the I don't know that people that's a way to get them to click. But just I'm scrolling down, and like the day after, and I'm reading this thing. It's like, so we can't wait for Arya's pirate series.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the night after it came out, dude. If somebody was working last night and doesn't have HBO or whatever, they
easily
haven't
Arya
seen
could have
this shit.
died in that shit.
Yeah.
Easily Arya could have died. But also, what's with the symbolism of her riding out on this pale mare and then like just coming back an hour later to hang out with Jon and be like, that bitch is a killer.
Yeah.
Why did she? I don't know. It was the pale mare.
The pale hair symbolizes
thing.
death. Yeah, the death. The man who rode on them was death. Behold the pale horse. But or in this case, Arya, the Stark who rode on him was death. So maybe I don't know what that could mean.
And a pale mare was a thing they referred to in dysentery. It's the name given to dysentery in the Song of Ice and Fire. So I don't know, man. it seemed like they fucked up on a lot of stuff.
I did laugh out loud at the fact that Tyrion was not mentioned in the fictional book.
But how could you not put him in there? I mean, are they just fucking with him? I hope they were just fucking with him because you can't actually write like he's the hand of the king to like everyone, like literally everyone except for Tommen and Cersei.
He was the cupbearer to Joffrey.
Yeah.
For an hour.
It's like they accused them of killing a king. So how could he not this guy died, but don't worry about that. He didn't actually kill him. It was this other lady. It's like, okay. It's funny.
Yeah, the guy that went in with the edit. I laughed out loud at that, dude. That was so good. But see, that part, I feel like the fan base needed that exhale and that laughter at that moment.
It was kind of a whole like, all right, the show's over, and things are back to normal. But how about that? How about that ghost getting that pet finally?
Finally. And you know what I didn't do out of respect for the graphic designers? I did not rewind it and watch it to see how they did with the...
Yeah.
I said, you know what? We got it. And it's like a dude and his dog. If you want to end... I feel like the writers would have said that. Like, if you want to bitch about a guy getting reunited with his dog, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like a guy that's exactly how the writers would have said that.
Well, and these guys gave a lot of inartful interviews during this last season.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have just shut the fuck up and just been like, just watch it all.
Yeah.
And people are like bitching at him for him not petting Ghost when he did.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's too hard with the CGI and this and that and the other. It's like, just shut up.
Bullshit.
Just shut up.
Yeah, don't say that.
Just don't say anything.
Yeah.
And if he's going to get reunited with him in 2 episodes, super don't say anything.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, right?
But
Jason Alexander tweeted, I think it was Jason Alexander, who tweeted from someone who knows a little bit about dealing with an angry fan base after a final episode.
Yeah.
You guys did great. Thank you so much for your art. Me and my family enjoyed the entirety of the series.
And I get that. Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm really not trying to shit on the whole show. And actually, I think a lot of the fans who even are disappointed were like, you know what?
The wrong reasons.
Every one of you actors, you did great. They're not like, you remember when Force Awakens, not Force Awakens, but the Last Jedi, like fans were like attacking this, the actress who did Rose.
Yeah.
And almost made her not want to return for the third movie. The little Asian lady who's got the femme love interest story. Like, they were like, I hate this character.
Oh, wow. You know what? I'm ashamed to say that I didn't quite know who you were talking about until you said that. And then I was like, oh, that girl.
Yeah. Not a super integral part of the story. You know? But, like, had some corny lines, this, that, and the other. But, like, people shat all over her. And she was like, I'm done with this.
Aw, feel bad.
And, like, did they think that she wrote those lines?
Yeah.
She came up with this story for herself?
Yeah, exactly.
So
like, I didn't do this, motherfucker.
Yeah. So I really liked this time when the story didn't go where people wanted it. They were like, still love what you did with this character. Yeah. It was really good. Except for Bran, because all he did was just, like, not wear his glasses.
Bran made it past the wall with no legs and a Hodor for half the time, and then no Hodor. And he saw. You know what else is kind of cool though is that we get to see.
Man, what happened to her?
Yeah, what did happen to her?
Exactly.
No, did she get?
You don't know what happened because they didn't fucking tie that together.
Well, maybe was it? Did she bring him back to
Winterfell and then just
back
left?
To Winterfell and then just left and went on her way.
But they never talked about her again.
Get a farewell,
or they never talked about her dad again. Her dad's the other person who was there when Jon Snow was born. He's the only person alive who witnessed that. But he's never brought up in the whole fucking... They never bring him in.
Yeah, but he was also the guy who was posing as the... or is that the other dude? Who was a Targaryen that was posing as a maester or something like that.
Different guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway...
Howland Reed. You might see that name.
Okay.
And she's like Mira. I think Mira Reed.
Yeah. So I really do believe, though, that Tyrion running King's Landing now, because Bran's going to now. He's the three-eyed raven.
Yeah.
He is. Or was...
I really liked his justification for putting him on the thing, because he's like,
not gonna lie, that little speech made me tear up a bit.
It actually is a punishment. It's not. He fucked up so much. Now he's got to spend the rest of his life fixing it. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Because I'm sure he'd either like to just drink himself to death or
now he
die.
matters. His words, all he's ever wanted, it seemed, is for him to matter.
Yeah. I could have done without, like, him rearranging chairs. Like, he rearranged chairs longer than Daenerys died.
Shit, he did, didn't he? And then they all came in and just fucked them all up again.
Yeah. Just like when Daenerys... I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know. So much to love about this series. I don't think it's a bad series by any stretch of the imagination. I think if you think... like this last season was bad, it just could have been longer and more thought out. Maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded. I wouldn't have minded 2 more episodes. Just 2 more episodes. Just
you could have seen Daenerys go into a more of a crazy state. Like all of a sudden, like
because
one
that did
episode
happen
she's fine,
really quick,
and then the next episode
she
got
looks like
dead eyes. It's like, oh, okay.
What else changed other than John like not making out with you, and then like you've been crying over it like that bad? Like
it's like they made her reasoning almost lazily like bitches be crazy.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, no, I mean there's a lot of complicated stuff, but like do it differently. And I've read that. I mean, I don't know if you've read the interview with her specifically, Emilia Clarke. She's like, when I read that, like all of a sudden, like I got to the part where John stabs me, I'm like, what the fuck? Is like, because when I read the script, I'm like, why would he do that?
Yeah.
Almost. And then she's like kind of going nuts and like calling her mom. Is like, could Daenerys ever do anything that would make you, like not trust her? And the mom's like, the fuck you talking about?
So mom's the only one that got spoilers.
Yeah. Well,
she
not
couldn't. A spoiler,
and that's funny because she couldn't spoil it, by contract or whatever.
Yeah.
Although I'll say I read spoilers early and people had it right like a year ago, and it's like, oh, you assholes.
Yeah, well, I know. Oh, by the way, which you said I could tell you the 2 endings, and neither one of them are going to be great. What were they? Because I know the Bran ending was one.
Yeah, the Bran ending. The other ending.
Obviously, the one that happened is fucking one.
Other ending was Jon became a king, but like really didn't want to, and Tyrion got killed by like Drogon in the dragon pit. They filmed those, I think. They filmed something with Tyrion getting killed in the dragon pit instead of that King's Council ending.
I kind of like Tyrion living. He became my favorite character along with Arya. Him and Arya were my consistently 2 favorite characters.
You sent that to me early on, and I was always a big Tyrion fan. You were talking about something earlier, someone's wasted arc. Their like story.
Hound.
Yeah, and I'll say I'll one up you like, why did Jaime Lannister take a turn?
Yeah, he was doing so good, and then he fucked her and left, fucked Brienne and left, and I was
over like what changed really in between these 2 things? He could have stayed in King's Landing that whole time, and that would have been fine. but he goes up north and risks his life. Then he goes back and tries to get her out. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. That whole
not my
thing was
favorite.
weird, too. And also, another thing that's weird is how, since Jamie and Cersei were standing on flat ground, did they get to the top of a pile of fucking rocks? Is something that kind of threw
Yeah.
me for a loop. Like, how did you? I don't know if you know how shit like that works, but usually if the top of a building collapses on top of somebody,
They don't keep
they end up
going
at the
up.
bottom. Like, this isn't like Candy Crush,
I don't know, man.
but that was sort of like,
Another little tiny thing from the books that's maybe a little bit different. So Cersei gets that prophecy about like you'll have this many kids, and
Yeah.
but they'll have all golden hair and golden shrouds, meaning they're all gonna die.
yeah,
And the king's gonna have like 21 kids, but you know it's because he's fucking other ladies. Basically, is
Yeah.
what she's telling him. And then it stops there in the show. But in the books, she gives her one more little bit, which is that the Voluncar is going to, the way she's going to die is that the Voluncar is going to strangle the life out of her. And that means the little brother in like Valyrian or something.
so she's always terrified of Tyrion.
So she's always terrified of Tyrion.
That explains it. They didn't say that at all in the show.
Never said it.
That
in the
would have
show.
explained why she was so dead set, because she had no reason otherwise to.
And he's always been so nice to her.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't like her, but it's family. But she's always like, fucking kill that dude. Fucking kill that. Like, I hate him.
Yeah.
Another thing that's different in the books.
Always jumping to conclusions with him.
Another little tiny difference in the books. That I don't know if they do it in the. But Tywin, when he's killed,
Yeah.
Tyrion does kill him.
Yep.
But he's shitting his brains out. He smells real bad. The Martells have already poisoned him. And he's intentionally antagonizing Tyrion so he will kill him before he's dying.
Oh, so it's more of an honorable murder rather than what they make it out to be in the show.
Mm-hmm. And they
Which in the show, I don't think anybody cared because he was still kind of a dick.
Yeah. Yep. But a little bit different. And it has a little bit more implications with the Martells and like the little house.
Yeah.
The more of like the Game of Thrones. Like people pulling all these strings and doing different things. So it really did get away from that in the last two seasons. It wasn't.
I could see that for sure.
It wasn't an intrigue. Like the intrigue left in the last two seasons.
Yeah.
And it was more of a here we go. Like we're being honest. Like that fucking plan to go north of the wall to capture a zombie to take back. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well. I mean,
I don't think that's going to be in the books. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like there's plenty of zombies south of the wall. It seems like in the first season, a zombie comes to life in the place and tries to kill the Lord Commander Mormont, and he has to kill it.
Yeah.
And they burn it, and then they start burning everyone to death instead of like letting them.
yeah, let him come back. See, that's the only thing that I think we'll get. Did I say that earlier?
There's a lot of plot holes.
That'll be another one of the spinoffs. I think the
What?
Night King's backstory.
Oh, well, that is definitely one right now.
Yeah, did I say that?
I'm not sure. I think you did.
Okay, so yeah, you get that. You get the
get
Night
Arya.
King. You get Arya, the pirate,
And then
you get
Tyrion.
the Tyrion. But I think that one will be a more lighthearted, like funny kind of thing. Bran the Broken.
Bran and Drogon.
Here is something interesting that a lot of people alluded to. Do you remember in season 5 when Drogon went missing for so long?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, dragons were supposedly can change their gender,
Oh,
and they
Okay.
think that maybe
went and had a baby.
Drogon went and hatched eggs. And that's why he went missing for so long in season 5. And that could be potentially where he's taking
Yeah.
Daenerys.
Could be.
And it's almost like he's, like, I don't know, because he does kind of go missing and can cover an immense amount of ground in very, very little time. So
Here's the thing. Martin's not going to do what J.K. Rowling's been doing. He's not going to start tweeting like,
yeah, this
actually,
this is
Daenerys,
where the way it went. Yeah.
Daenerys is alive. You know, he's not going to do shit like that. Or Daenerys only pooped when the dragons were flying. You know, weird, little things. I don't.
That'd be the way to do it, though. By the way.
Yeah, I don't have any confidence that he'll finish the books, and I don't know what he's going to do.
Is it because he's just a pothead?
I don't know what it is, man. He just.
The main reason I wanted to start watching it was because I heard there was a lot of Grateful Dead references in the show.
Were there?
Well, Dire Wolf is one of Grateful Dead's like huge hits, and there's a few things that they tried to tie together, but other than the Dire Wolf thing, I didn't notice anything that jumped out. That
yeah, I don't know.
I do like the Dire Wolf idea though. That was really fucking cool.
Yes.
The way that Arya sort of punked one out.
Well, the other thing is, in the books, I think right before Arya. So Arya, when she's training, she starts dreaming, but she starts dreaming as her direwolf, who's never been found in Nymeria, and so she can like do stuff as the wolf.
Yeah.
In Westeros while she's in Essos, and it's like, cool.
So she has that brand thing,
right,
as well.
Yeah, and they never do anything with it in the fucking show.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now, is it actually she can actually control this fucking wolf?
It's up in the air,
or is it like she's just dreaming?
That's the thing. It's
okay.
That's one of the last things that happens for her in the books too. So people are like, okay, maybe she can warg like Bran, or
yeah.
And then there's a question of whether, I think when Jon got killed, they were thinking he could warg into Ghost or something. You know, they were like, I don't think Jon's actually dead, but we all know how that worked out. He wasn't dead.
Yeah. Dude, they got him a bunch though.
Dude, fuck Ollie.
Right? Little piece of shit.
Okay, but Ollie has all these episodes leading up to why he does this,
and
big
then
turn,
nothing else.
Right? But he likes him, and then he slowly Ollie turns.
Yeah.
Over like a season.
I don't get why they got to him, man.
But like Daenerys just flips on a fucking dime.
Yeah.
And kills everyone.
I don't know. I don't know the history of the Mad King or not. I don't know if that same thing happened to him. But see,
feel
it just
like
seems
his
like
was more gradual.
Here's where I think that they made a mistake with Daenerys. Mm-hmm. I think that they kept her nice and likable too long, because it seems like they let it up the whole time. It was leading up to them talking about, I'm going to do this. If you want to take King's Landing, if you want to watch Cersei Lannister burn, then come with me, because we'll burn that city to the ground. And she says that like so many times.
Yeah.
Burn the city to the ground.
And it's not really till like Tyrion starts talking to her.
Yeah, when he tries to like make her like listen.
You can't burn it to the ground because then no one's gonna like you.
You don't want to be queen of the ashes, is however he says it.
Yeah, and it's very true.
Yeah, and it really is. But I think they kept her too likable throughout the entire series, because she's saying the things that she's saying makes her sound heroic. But think about what she really did. Yeah. She lied to a guy who, slave owner, no doubt, but I mean, she lied to the guy and then set her baby dragon on him to murder this guy. Yeah. That's one of the first things that she did. And
Right.
granted, she does free all of these people, but doesn't she make them fight it out? Doesn't she make them kill the ones that don't want to submit to her and fight each other? And then she takes the ones that are going to be loyal to her.
Yeah.
And
No,
I mean,
it's-
everything that she does is really fucking bad.
Yeah.
And they make her out to be like
No, Tyrion's speech is
Mrs.
right
Claus.
on. Yeah.
You know,
And I guess that's one part of it is like when
Mrs. Claus is probably the worst thing I could have thought of, but you know what I mean. Just something likable.
Yeah. The Mrs. Claus thing just threw me off.
Sorry, but you said Tyrion.
Fuck. That's okay. I was just gonna say, she's. You don't wanna. You don't wanna. It's kind of like being behind Tony Soprano.
No, I haven't watched Sopranos yet.
It's kind of like being behind. you watch that, and we'll have a Sopranos.
Yeah,
talk.
I will. I'll watch The Sopranos for sure. I'm kind of saving that for a time when I really need it in life.
Real good.
By the way, I've seen the final scene of Sopranos like 100 times, and I don't know why everybody gets upset with it.
Oh, it's set up really well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think just people weren't expecting it. And
I felt the same way about Dexter, man. I kind of felt the same way
okay,
about
here we go.
Dexter.
Dexter, though, like Dexter, he's actually like a pretty bad guy, kind of.
Yeah, right.
He's a murderer.
The thing that he does is a really bad thing,
But-
it just so happens that it happens to people who deserve it.
But you're exactly you're feeling with him, like the people he's
Yeah.
killing are bad.
He
but
makes
then,
you sympathize with the.
But then he starts
the
doing
villain.
kind of unethical things too. Like he starts kind of almost Breaking Bad, and it's like Breaking
Yeah.
Bad, which no,
Oh,
yes,
yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
It was like that too.
Yeah.
Where you're slowly
Breaking
behind,
Bad. Breaking Bad's way
Yeah.
up there.
You're slowly behind this guy the whole time, but he's not a good dude.
Yeah.
He's not making good decisions, but because you're like in every one of his decisions, it's like, well, okay, I could see that. That seems okay. And then sometimes it's like, oh, that's not okay at all, but I don't know, kind of like you. And then does something else likable.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, I don't know, it's life. It's a good story.
Yeah, it really is a great story, and I'm glad I watched it when I did.
And this is a good one. There's a bunch of great characters. Jon Snow, I feel like he got a shaft. Sansa, I could care. I don't know.
Jon Snow seemed so like anticlimactic throughout most of the whole show to me.
He's almost like it's like he's his father's son, except he learned from Ned instead of his real father.
Yeah.
Because Ned's gonna be like, whatever. I'll tell the truth until it gets me killed. I'm gonna do the right thing.
Yeah.
He does the right thing and it gets him killed. Then John's like, at the end, he's like, did I do the right thing? Tyrion's like, yeah, he did the right thing.
Yeah.
But,
But see, that's the whole thing. Like I think that just you want to like John just because he's kind of like the best at all of these things that he can't like. He would be the first in the line to the throne if he were a Stark. Like like he would he would be
either if he is a Stark or a Targaryen.
Exactly.
People would pick him.
no matter exactly who would pick him, but he just seems so fucking boring.
He is.
After a while. I mean,
But the whole series is named after him.
yeah.
He is the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes, exactly.
But at the end of it, where is he?
Yeah, it's like the whole you lead us up the whole thing and make us love this guy who really doesn't do much.
Why does
to
it
be
even?
perfectly honest.
Why does it even matter that he's a Targaryen?
Yeah,
He could have just been the bastard son of Ned Stark,
because with this ending, of course.
and then he could have just been. Then people could have said like, "Oh yeah, well you're the king of the North. It doesn't matter if you're a Targaryen or not." And
Yeah.
then he could have still gotten close to her and decided it was the right thing to do to kill her. Why did it
Yes.
matter that he was a Targaryen? And that was like the
Yeah,
big
that seemed-
fucking thing for 5
Yeah.
seasons. Like
The only thing that
he can he can get past the dragon. That felt like a boss fight when he was walking past it, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
the dragon
and the
came out of
dragon
the
is-
snow. I was
and
like,
it's
oh
like-
shit, I gotta fight this thing now.
I thought but then I saw him look at it, but I felt like the dragon was going to unload on John, but would reveal that John was also a dragon and could not be burned by dragon fire because he's a fucking Targaryen. And I think that would have been a better ending than the throne. Mm-hmm. Just showing that, like, John is like...
Yeah, you know what? If he was in front of the throne and the dragon tried to burn them both, that would have almost been better.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, yeah, well, you're a real Targaryen.
So
okay.
you are a Targaryen. Yeah, you're a Targaryen. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things they could have done. At the end of the day, great series.
Yeah, great series.
Would recommend.
10 out of 10.
I do think it is not... The end is not the best of the show, I don't think. And but I don't know what you would call the peak of this. Is it when Arya kills the Night King?
Yes. I think that to me was the last great thing that happened before everybody started complaining.
Yeah.
By the way, and my phone's going to die here and before I have to plug it in.
That's okay.
In a little bit. We got an hour and a half so far. But before I go any further, everybody complained about the cinematography of the really dark episode, but I thought that was great.
I didn't mind it really.
I thought that
it's a dark episode.
It not only was it a dark, in visibly dark, but it was a dark episode that a lot of things were going to have to go down. You were so unsure of what you were actually seeing on screen, which is sort of the same with the story. Like, you're unsure of where the story is going at this point. You don't really know where it's going to be. And I thought that was great. I thought that
the weird thing about that one is that, like, we were led to believe, like, over and over and over and over in that episode that someone's about to die.
Yes.
And it's like, okay. And none of those people died, except for the people who were, like, explicitly killed on camera. And it's like, all right, well, they didn't die. Like, the dragon could have died, it didn't die. And Podrick could have died, and he didn't die.
Yeah.
And Brienne could have died, and she didn't die. Unless they were, like, stabbed in the fucking face. It was like, okay, well, they're still alive. And it got old.
Yeah.
It got a little like, okay.
Get to it now.
So, like, after, like, right at the beginning, I think someone got overrun. Like, I think maybe it was Grey Worm, just, like, completely overrun by zombies. And then
and then shows up later.
Showed up. And I'm like, well, if that didn't kill him, I guess I don't really care that Brienne's surrounded by 10 fucking zombies.
Yeah.
And she's, like, slicing at all of them. Until someone puts a sword, like, in the top of someone's skull or, like, cuts their head off, I don't care.
Yeah, and just that one scene though, where the night guard or whatever is standing there, the long hair one, and all of a sudden you just see his hair like just blow just ever so lightly, and then it's like, oh fuck,
about to go down.
The whole episode build up to this.
Yeah, no, I was fine with it.
And then this little girl who grew up in 7 days in my mind, hooking up with fucking.
That was a little weird.
Technically, her
best bud
cousin in a way. I don't know if they were related. I don't know if the Baratheons and the Starks were related, but I just know that
they
he
were
was
good
like
friends.
Yeah, okay,
they were good friends.
Okay, so that's
they're not related. No, but like it was their like buddy. Like I remember the last episode of the first season where he's like
taking care of her
little
and
boy,
the little sword. Yeah,
like because everyone's like, you probably stole that sword off someone, and then she had just killed a dude.
Yeah. Dude, her character arc was her and the Hounds I think had the best like.
But what about the prophecy? So why did that even matter?
About you will kill the
close the green eyes and the blue eyes and the brown eyes. So the brown eyes was supposed to be the phrase and the blue eyes was supposed to be the Night King, and then the green eyes was just like
supposed to be Cersei.
I guess we forgot about the green eyes.
Well,
some other person.
Hopefully the prophecy's still good in her spinoff.
Yeah.
See, that's everybody has the same reaction. I don't have that so much. Because you don't really want it to end.
No, I do. I want to. I
don't really want it to end
because I like it when there's a good ending.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, but For instance, when Cheers was over and you get Frasier, just so you can have a little bit of this show left, isn't it nice to just have a touch of the show?
That's in a sitcom situation for me.
Yes.
If they came out with a Seinfeld right now, I'm down with it.
Right.
Because that doesn't need a good ending.
Yeah.
Because Seinfeld's about nothing. This show was
Okay,
about
I'll give you that.
This show was about something.
That's true.
So if they just do an Arya book later, it's like, okay, it's an Arya book, but like, what did all this stuff that you were talking about mean? And then,
I'm hoping that all of these questions that you have will be answered through spinoffs.
Yeah, it might be, and that'd be cool. But
I know it might not be ideal, but
if not, it's not a big deal.
I think that that's where they're going with it. And two, I understand that the writers might be rushing through this to get the Star Wars, but is Star Wars not the big leagues of filmmaking these days?
Couldn't Game of Thrones be, though?
I know. I understand that 100%. But this is sort of like, if you are in this really, really cool band that plays all Flaming Lip songs and you guys have gotten really, really fucking good, and then the fucking Flaming Lips ask you to join their band, and it's like, well, I'm not going to be able to be in this other band that's really, really awesome anymore, but fuck, I get to go play with the Flaming Lips.
Yeah, I guess.
Kind of. I know that's not a really good analogy, but it's like if you get the opportunity after you've literally written a series that could storyline rival that of something like a Star Wars, even though Star Wars doesn't have the books, like.
Well, it has plenty of books.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, not the same situation.
No.
So, like,
right.
It's if you have the opportunity to go and move on to that, it's like you kind of need to do that. And if they give you an ultimatum and they say, well, yeah, we need you working on this at this time, and you realize I will not be able to put the proper attention to the thing that I've been working on for this many years, then we should probably say, let's do this in 6 instead of in 10.
Here's what I think, and we'll see. But I'm thinking 20 years from now, 30 years from now,
they'll redo the whole thing.
Yeah, but Sansa and Arya will be like Catelyn and Cersei.
Bad bitches.
They'll recast them.
Yeah.
Bran can be Ned.
So it'll be just like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Wonder where they'll learn that.
Yeah. And they might keep it closer to the book material at that point.
Yeah. They'll let the fans write it.
They'll do another
way.
And like the Amazon's got Lord of the Rings stuff now. They'll do more. They'll do like a Lord of the Rings series at some point.
Oh yeah, which is going to be amazing. And did you see the Zelda series thing that I sent you?
I did not read it. I'm interested in it. It's a live action thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in that. I just don't know. The fun thing about Legend of Zelda, huge nerd alert over here, is that like every one of the stories is like a different legend almost. Like every one of the video games is like a different legend. So like they're going to have to write a whole little thing. I mean, they all revolve around the Triforces and Ganon, and the Triforces being Zelda, Link, and Ganon. They're each one of the things of power, courage, and wisdom. Boom. Nailed it. Oh, yeah.
I couldn't validate whether you did or not. I'm sorry.
And then you saw that, like, Chris Rock's doing Saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to call it Saint?
I don't think that's a real article. I think you might have got Onion.
Nah, just kidding. That's a joke.
They called it Saint. I don't think that's real. But no, I did see that Chris Rock really is doing that though. From what I hear,
yeah.
I can't wait to see Aubrey Plaza in Child's Play though. She's going to be really good.
Yeah,
in that.
she'll kill it.
No pun intended.
Mark Hamill's doing the voice of Chucky.
That's going to be great.
Mark Hamill's got a great voice. If y'all haven't heard him do the Joker, he does a killer Joker.
Yeah. What is
Mark
it?
Hamill's
The
so
Arkham
fucking great.
or the cartoon?
He did.
I mean, obviously the cartoon.
Yeah,
but,
he did it the cartoon. I think he did it
what's
in the
that
Arkham
called?
Asylum.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Arkham
The
Horror.
video game.
It's not Arkham Horror. Sorry, that's
Death Metal Band.
That's a property that people haven't done enough with, but except for stupid board games that nerds like me like to play. Oh, Arkham Asylum. But Arkham's the name of the insane institution in Gotham City. The thing I was talking about, Arkham, that name comes from that guy who wrote about Cthulhu. Can't remember his name right now.
No clue.
Yeah, but
No Cthulhu.
His name is H.P. Lovecraft.
No Cthulhu.
No Cthulhu.
Yeah, zero. I did try to watch Gotham, the
That's a
show with
goofy
the
show.
kids.
It's about as good as Green Arrow. Maybe it's a little better than Green Arrow.
I didn't watch Green Arrow. I watched Arrow, simply Arrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though.
Okay.
Because he is a Green Arrow, I think. No,
Okay.
wait, sorry. Yeah, I think that's
I
right.
watched Arrow for like 2 seasons, I think, and I kind of lost interest.
Yeah. So what I was saying is like a better done Arrow, but you know who he's gonna be the hero. You like, but it's all the, and I heard they started doing like I'm interested in this new Joker movie. Looks like that could be good.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix doesn't do bad movies, I don't think. I've not seen him in a bad one yet.
I mean, Gladiator was like, I'm just kidding, but
Signs.
yeah, that was good.
I think I might watch Signs later. I've been binging on Kill Tony, dude. Like the comedy podcast I've been watching.
Oh,
where
yeah,
they
yeah,
let
yeah,
the
you were
open
telling me about
micers
that.
get up and they like give them tips and pointers. I made it to episode 100 last night.
You know what shitty thing I've been watching a lot of lately? It's not that shitty. It makes me laugh. The Smosh Pit YouTuber people. Have you ever seen these people?
No.
Smosh Pit. It's like this little troupe YouTube comedians.
Yeah.
Like kind of crack me up, and they get pretty other YouTube.
Who are they? Are they YouTube comedians or are they like actual comedians that do a YouTube channel?
It's like YouTube comedians.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they hit it big on this thing. They got like millions of followers.
Yeah.
But they do a whole bit that's like 30 seconds to get someone to laugh. And you can use all the props you want. But the thing they do is they make them take a sip of water and hold it in. And if you spit it out, then you lose.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking funny.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's just fun. They do a bunch of, and they did one today. It was a spelling bikini wax. So if you got
a one wrong, you had to get oh man.
Yeah, they had like the tent over the area, and like one of the dudes, he would spell something wrong, and they'd rip it off. And he just had a stone face.
Jesus,
And
I
it
don't
was
know if I
like-
could deal with that shit.
But you didn't see any of it. But
No, I mean I'm a hairy guy. Like, I don't know if I could deal with the
They said-
actual.
one of the guys was like, "Are you made of Velcro?" That's what that sounded like.
Dude, I swear to God, from my chest to my knees, Velcro for sure.
Oof.
It's not good.
But,
Look for though. Yeah. Anywho,
Most satisfying death was definitely Qyburn getting smashed by the mountain. For me,
in that scene,
right before the Clegane Bowl, when the mountain was like "fuck you," and he threw him,
oh, that guy.
and he dabbed on his way down.
Oh yeah, just he kicked the shit out. Well, what was funny, I saw a really funny meme. I might have sent it to you on Snapchat where it was like when something's going on, and when shit. It's something about like when two people at the when two crackheads at the gas station are fighting, and you ain't got no business fucking with it or whatever, and it was like Cersei walking between the mountain and the hound.
Yeah, there were a bunch
just
of good
like
ones there. Yeah,
just walking the fight. I can't remember
it's
exactly
like
what it was.
two
but
people arguing about something you don't care about, and you don't want to get in the middle.
Yeah,
of.
and it was just
And
like
Cersei
her just walking through, which I thought that was one of the better scenes.
Yeah, it was.
But what we needed though is we needed the Hound to be able to kill. I wanted the Hound to live because I felt like he had he had the most redemptive story. I feel like
What bothered me about how he died?
all the fire.
No, Yeah, actually, yes, in a way.
Yeah.
Because they talked about.
I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it.
But like the writers afterwards were talking about like, and the only way, like he hated his brother so much he was willing to put him into the fire, and it's like he didn't see that motherfucking fire.
Yeah.
He didn't know there was fire behind this fucking wall.
Yeah, right. He just fucking went through a wall.
Went through. He didn't. Yeah. What are you talking about? Like, I get the irony of him dying in fire to kill his brother, but
the omnipotent writer knows that, but
that guy doesn't fucking know it because probably he wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
or he might if he saw it, and that would have been a cooler thing. Like,
I do like the fact that he was like apparently. To think about how terrified he was of fire, that he was just so dedicated to his other goals that he was willing to put that aside for long enough for him to...
I liked that he was so terrified of fire, but when Arya was in trouble, he's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That's his redemptive qualities in his character were so strong that I really wanted... him to finally just chop off his brother's head.
But like, why didn't Qyburn make a bunch of other mountains? Because like that dude couldn't get killed by fucking anything.
Yeah.
The Night King gets stabbed by like in the stomach and he blows up and it kills an entire.
Yeah, but that was Dragon and Ice.
I know. But like nothing can fuck with the mountain though, except for like maybe like is he even dead? Probably not.
Dude, I guess you're right because fuck, what can kill him?
What's gonna kill him? I don't know. Not stabbing him in the fucking eye.
Or that doesn't work, and I think that would get anybody else.
Yeah. So if like stabbing you in the eye, why is falling into some fire? Like he would just get up and walk out. To me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know he was a terrifying.
Like chop his head off. I don't know.
He was a terrifying looking creature there towards the end. Even at the whole time, he was just a terrifying beast.
Well, and that was a really great scene.
Can we talk about how tiny his wife is? By the way.
Oh, I haven't seen her.
Look her up.
I have to Google. Sorry, I've got to Google Chris Rock's new movie, Saint. The Mountain's Wife.
Yeah. Look at that and then imagine that. Right?
She's pretty.
Very pretty, but look at how tiny she is, man.
Oh my god.
Imagine that.
Well, steroid usage. He's probably got a tiny little donger. She's kind of ripped too.
Oh yeah, she very much is. Like they definitely work out together. But let's just say that he's lifting her and not a. There's no other way around on that.
He's probably so sweet, and his donger is probably so teeny. It's fine.
This is probably why he lifts so much.
Yes.
Oh well.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good. Let's stop on the mountain's dong.
Yeah, let's stop there. I mean, where else? I'm sure
we climbed the mountain.
This is, what they had this conversation. They had this conversation on Joe Rogan podcast about his dick.
Really?
Yes, about like they were like,
it's a steroid Joe Rogan. Tiny,
no. They were like Joe Rogan's like, dude, God doesn't give guys this appendage and then like he's like, nah, man, this fucking poor little girl. They're talking about his wife. This is how poor this poor little girl is just getting split in half. Or whatever they say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that phrasing.
It's so funny. It's just so funny how they talk about.
You know what? Maybe he got that big by taking the steroids to make his donger a little tinier to help
accommodate he really is a sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart.
He's a sweet guy.
That's you go.
Real nice.
I don't feel bad about wrapping it up there. Hey, wrap it up. Mountain. Shout out. So I'm gonna say this all at the beginning in the intro. But
safe sex.
Yes. Please take care of yourselves. But yes, that being said, I would like you all to please go to the Facebook page at MI Stuff Podcast, on Instagram at MI Stuff Podcast, and on Twitter at MI Stuff Podcast, the number 1. And please go to YouTube, Kelsey Hudgens on YouTube, KelseyHudgins on YouTube, and click subscribe. Please do that. And let's see what else do we have. MIStuffPodcast.com. Please check out the website. Got a blog there that I haven't updated in fucking forever. But there's a nice little bank of some written thoughts that I've had over the last couple of months. So there's a nice little bank of those there if you want to check that out. Please go to MIStuffPodcast.com. You can check us out on Spotify as well. Follow us on Spotify and get updates on all the new episodes. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, MI Stuff Podcast on Apple Podcasts. Please do that if you're listening on YouTube right now and you're not subscribed on Apple Podcasts. I encourage you to do that because the audio versions of the episodes are much more edited and they're frilly with the intro and the outro song and all of the neat stuff that you don't have to deal with in the YouTube video with watching us set all the other stuff up. It's real cut and dry and kind of nice with a nice little bow on it there for you in the audio. So please go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podomatic if you Android. I'm sure Spotify works on all fronts, but please follow on audio if you've never done that before and you want to hear a little more organized episodes. So that's how that works. Anyway, I think that's all I got for you. Going to be going live here in a little bit with Seth Scalero and Patrick may be logging in. Patrick may be logging in on the Google Hangouts with us on that one later. So, can you do multiple with Discord, or is it just Google Hangouts?
You can do it with both, I think.
Okay, because we used Discord last time, but you used both,
I'm on
so
Discord.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm on Discord.
I think me and Seth always use Discord.
That's fine.
So
Is that
does it?
just
But
audio?
Google Hangout? No, it'll be video as well.
Okay. Yeah, I got that in my place.
Well,
So-
yeah, if you want to do that, because I'll just be using OBS here. But Google Hangouts, I think, does the auto switching according to who's talking.
Oh, it might.
I don't know that Discord does that. Discord might just
I'm
have
not
all
sure.
three, and I don't mind having all three.
Yeah, me either. I'm really pretty.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I need
hey-o.
I need my face on camera more often.
You start your own podcast, man. You start your own nerd talk or whatever. Yeah, don't worry, it's haunted. That chair's haunted as fuck, by the way.
It looks like it.
It really is. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and let you get on with your day and your lives. And
Thanks for letting us
whatever
talk
you
at
got
you.
on. Yeah, thanks for letting us talk. Thanks for coming, buddy.
Hey.
Good game. Was that awkward for you to come from that way?
I was gonna go right. I was gonna go righty, but I didn't want to hit the mic.
Oh well, good call.
The left.
That's
it
actually
worked.
the mic that the girl who sang the first dance at Brian Jordan's wedding. I took that mic. So in case they took pictures, it would be like that mic sitting there instead of like a regular old fucking my mic that I use for gigs.
Yeah.
Which was my first thought, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do a little better than that. But anyway, congratulations, by the way, Brian Jordan. Good.
Bye, Brian. Love you.
Yep.
Thanks for inviting me to your wedding.
He didn't invite anybody.
No. He like technically invited me, but then didn't tell me where it was, and I didn't follow up. So I guess that's on me.
Yeah, oh well. All right, audio folks, thanks a bunch for listening, and be a good person. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches. YouTubers, hang tight for a second. Let's do this intro thing. Hey, guys, how you living? You doing well? Good. Glad to hear that. Stumbled across those first ones a little bit. Hey, guys, how you living? I'm going to leave the first one in there anyway. It was good enough. Who cares? Bam. Bam. That voice that you hear is Brother Patrick Hanna, ladies and gentlemen. We did a pretty good rundown of Game of Thrones. We talked about the things we liked the most about it and things we disliked, things we wish there would have been more of, and we gave our opinions on where we think the spinoff shows are going to go, and did a pretty good job, I think, of tying everything together. So there's that. Please go to the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, YouTube pages, and mistuffpodcast.com, and click subscribe, follow, like on all of the pages. At mistuffpodcast will get you to just about any of the pages. And honestly, if you go to just mistuffpodcast.com, there's links to all of the social media there. Please, if it's not too much trouble, click follow and subscribe on all of the pages. And try to get us to 300 subscribers. I think we're at 292 right now. Trying to get to 300 subscribers. Please help us get there. Let's see. Also, not to bring up and open up another sore wound. sore wound again. What are you doing? The fuck?
This fucking thing's too long.
But it's not to open up a sore wound again, but when we first started recording the episode, Alicia showed up, and you guys have known Alicia from episodes past, and I was really stressed out just as soon as I hear a knock on the door when I'm live. Obviously, my anxiety peaked at this point, and I probably didn't handle that the best way, so I'm very sorry, Alicia. Forgive me for that. We'll line up another episode in the future where we'll do another part of this Game of Thrones talk, and she'll be included on. I just didn't have the setup ready, and I was middle of live, and just it was a strange situation for me that moment because I have been swatted, and that's all there is to that. But anyway, sorry again, Alicia. But anyway, yes, Seth Scalera is going to be coming on. Seth Scalera is going to be coming on here in a little bit to after 11 o'clock, and he is on his way back from Florence probably right now, and he will be I got it muted, man. But he's on his way from Florence right now, and we're going to be doing a little Skype interview, a Discord, Google Hangouts, and Patrick may be involved in that one. And I got a hair in my mouth. There you go. I unmuted it, by the way.
I might. We'll see.
Jesus, I got a hair. What is this? Nah. Anyway, yeah, Patrick might be coming to hang out online with us on that one. We'll be talking about Game of Thrones again, which will officially be part 2. Jesus, where's this thing?
Where did it start?
It's like a long hair in my mouth. It's like one of mine.
That's weird because your hair is famously short.
It was a mustache hair. Anyway, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, right. So anyway, yeah, Seth's going to be coming back tonight. We're going to be talking about Game of Thrones. Patrick may be a part of that one, but there will be more Game of Thrones episodes that will be including everybody who wants to be a part of it. And once again, Alicia, sorry that I was kind of a jerk or just unresponsive. I was just a little freaked out, and my anxiety kind of got the best of me there for a little bit. Forgive me. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you. Like all the pages. Screwballwhiskey.com. SKREWBALL whiskey.com. Get your Screwball Whiskey.
Screwball Whiskey.
Episode number 136, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy, motherfuckers. Ooh, that is close AF right there. Screwball Whiskey. I stopped it. Like, look at how close I got right here on this.
Okay, wait.
You can't see it.
Well, I'm watching myself at the end.
You're watching yourself at the end?
Yeah. Look, here we go. Oh, I guess we're still on the YouTube.
Yeah, we're still on YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
If that thing is red, we're still live.
That's what I know. Figured.
But I got this audio cut down right to the fucking limit. Right here.
Screwball?
At screwballwhiskey.com. Live from Screwball Whiskey Studios. Screwballwhiskey.com. SKREW Ball Whiskey.
Oh, shit. I didn't know we were in Screwball Whiskey Studios.
Yeah.
Oh. Cheers.
Live from Screwball Whiskey Studios. Our one and only sponsor, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll get you a Hanna Law sponsorship.
Okay. I hear you. Hanna Law sponsorship. We'll see. But anyway, yes. Click the link in the center of the page. Click subscribe. Click the videos in the corners of the page if you'd like. Not necessary if you don't want to. But I'll see you guys in another couple hours. I'll be right back. So be good people. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches.